first exercise that we're gonna be doing is a weight shift squat. So you're gonna start by getting into your drop step. So that means your feet aren't completely even. You have one foot that's slightly back. So for me as a righty, this is gonna be my forehand side, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shift like 90% of your weight onto that back leg there, come down to that squat and separate your hands for balance and hold. So we're actually gonna do a 10-second hold here and then come all the way back up. So if that's too easy for you, the advanced version, do the same thing and lift your opposite leg. Okay, so a little bit of balance there too. The things that I want you to be careful of is with that back leg, make sure that knee isn't wobbling all over the place or diving in. Try to keep that knee centered right over your toe the whole time, and make sure you keep those arms separated. That'll help you with your balance. Okay, so this next exercise that we're gonna do, I have a kettlebell here, but you can use any kind of object that you have. You can honestly even use your tennis racket if you want something a little bit heavier. You could grab a textbook or a heavy book that you have around. So you're just gonna hold that in one hand. You're gonna start with your feet, just like a little bit wider than your hips width apart. So your left hand is going to come up as you slide your right foot in. So it's gonna look like this. And at the same time, you're gonna slide this right hand down with that weight, okay? So right foot in, left hand up, slide that weight down. That's kind of your torquing phase of your serve. And then you're gonna reverse and bring that hand down, bring your right hand up, and then separate your feet again, okay? So again, the movement is kind of 3 separate motions. Right foot slides, left hand up, right hand down, and then back to center. So if you're a lefty, same thing, just other side. Your right hand's gonna be the one that comes up, left foot's gonna slide in, left hand's gonna come down, and then you come back to center. So same thing both sides, and this is gonna work those core muscles, particularly the obliques, which is a really important muscle for your serve. Okay, so this next one is to help work on your shoulders, particularly your rotator cuff and a lot of the other supportive muscles that help us out a lot in tennis. So this one, the most important part of this exercise is actually your posture. Okay, so when you do this exercise, I want you to make sure that your shoulder blades are squeezed back and down. Okay, so we don't want those shoulder blades to hike up or start to round forward. So back and down is what you're thinking the whole time. Okay, so this next motion is actually 4 separate motions, okay? So the first motion is just called a Y. So with my shoulders back and down, I'm just gonna raise up in a Y with my thumbs pointed behind me. Notice that even though once I got past my shoulders didn't hike up though. My shoulders stayed down the whole time in that posture. So that's the first motion is our Y. The second motion is a T, where you're just gonna bring your arms out straight to shoulder height and back down. Okay, same thing though, my shoulders stay back and down. The next one I like to call the goal post. You can bring your elbows straight up, out to the sides, rotate up into that goal post motion, rotate your hands down and back together. So again, it's elbows up, rotate, down, and together. And the last motion that we have is a W. Okay, so for this one, you're gonna start with your hands out in front, and you're really gonna drive those shoulder blades back, then drive your elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades as tight as you can together, and then reverse the motion. So you're making that W and then back together. Okay, so one more time, those 4 motions is Y, and then T, your goal post, and then the last one is that W.